What's up guys, Rio Pesino for the Reboot here. You know, Mafia 2 doesn't come out until August of this year, but I had a chance to preview this sandbox-style game at a recent event at GDC 2010.
These guys ain't cops. The working man's a sucker, that's for damn sure.
You said it.
Mafia 2, it's a third-person action crime game. Thematically, as you might expect, it's based around the Mafia. We follow these two guys, Vito and Joe, as their sort of journey from a sort of poor background in this fictional city called Empire Bay, as they sort of rise up the ranks of a sort of Mafia organisation. The game is a period set in the 40s and 50s, and our story actually spans 10 years of these guys' lives. Mafia is famous for its sort of like really strong cinematic, you know. So what we decided to do is really narrow our focus and create this great linear experience, you know. Much in the same way as when you look at a movie, you know, it has this great sort of like strong narrative that really drives you through it. And Mafia really is the same in that respect, you know. We really wanted to sort of deliver this amazing cinematic experience, and the only way to do that we thought was to actually create it quite linear. Weapons-wise, you're going to get to use a classic sort of Tommy gun, lots of different other machine guns, shotguns, and loads of pistols, magnums, all the sort of stuff that you'd expect a Mafia guy to use. As well as that, you get to drive more than 50 different vehicles in the game. You know, some really great sort of heavy beast sort of Cadillac-style vehicles. All our vehicles are sort of inspired by their real-life counterparts, but what we did is we actually took a few liberties so we can actually smash the hell out of them, and they're really destructible, so you get this really exciting sort of driving experience in the game. The controls, the game ultimately is an open world game, so when you're driving around it plays and performs much like an open world game. But the moment you start getting in combat, and this is where we kind of, we go up a level, we believe, for open world games. We actually took a lot of reference from Gears of War and Uncharted. We use a cover system like those games, and we don't have sort of an auto-locking system. We have a free targeting system, as you'd expect from these games. When you get into these scenarios, the game feels more like a third-person shooter than it does an open world game. The environments are hugely detailed, really heavily destructible, and that really comes across as a sort of the visceral experience that people have is really good. You know, it's really exciting. It really stands a level up from what you've experienced before in open world games. The goal, quite simply, for the Mafia franchise is to put people in an epic sort of Francis Ford Coppola sort of experience, or a Martin Scorsese experience. So, like Mafia 1, Mafia 2 has more than that, and I think we've improved on that, dialogue-wise, VO-wise, actual story-wise, it's better. The game's a much more accessible game now, you know. That doesn't mean it's easier in any way, but there's a lot less sort of like trial and error for games, you know. We want not to take away no frustration to experience in this story, but at the same time we still want to challenge you. So I think Mafia fans are going to be really pleased with the direction, and we built on that Mafia foundation and we've just taken it forward from there.
That's a wrap on this episode of The Reboot. If you want more Reboot content, go to the Reboot blog. It's at www.rebootshow.tumblr.com. You can also download any Reboot episodes by going to the Vimeo page at vimeo.com/channels/rebootshow. I'm also on MySpace, YouTube, and Facebook, so add me as a friend there as well. And if you want to play me online, you can either on Xbox Live or the PlayStation Network. I'm Rio Pesino for The Reboot, and I'll see you on the next show.